JT, Todd said before the trip started, in order to be successful, you guys had to play your game. How do you think you fared as far as that?
Yeah, I mean, I think the start's not good enough. Anytime you take 2 penalties in the first, 4 minutes of the game, it's going to give the other team a lot of confidence, and they get playing their game before we're able to even get most of our guys on the ice. And I think that kind of snowballed in the first, and we weren't playing our game. We kind of got to parts of it throughout, but not for enough tonight.
Do you feel like you guys did put enough pressure on the rookie goaltender tonight?
I think I didn't see the final number. We're getting outshot by at least 10, or last time I looked. I think at the end, we put a good push on, but it's got to be earlier and it's got to be more often. But he made some good saves.
Is this game just a good reminder of that, the consistency that has to be there every shift in order to be successful?
Yeah, and Todd's been preaching that ever since we started last year and throughout training camp this year, and it's got to be every game. And when you give away periods or give away parts of periods in this league, it's really hard to win.
The benefit of having another quick one tomorrow to learn from this one and move on.
Yeah, we need a response tomorrow, and I believe this group will be ready to go in New York.
How disruptive is that to kind of start a game on the back foot like that?
Yeah, it can be hard, but it's no excuse. It's something that happens, and once you get everyone out there, after maybe 5-6 minutes of the game, you should be able to settle in. And I don't think we did that quick enough in the first.
And Shane, in your opinion, how did tonight's game go? Obviously a 2-2 tie going into third, but then unable to come away with the points.
Yeah, I didn't think it was our best night. I thought we started slow, and we were hanging in there for a bit, but our third wasn't good enough.
Talk about your goal. What happened in the play?
Yeah, Larks made a good play. He was driving wide. I just found some quiet ice, and he made a nice pass.
Is this game just a good reminder of the relentlessness and consistency it takes to win in this league? You can't just give away a period and such.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't know if we prepared enough for this game, and we started slow, and I thought we finished the game hard, but it's a little too late.
What does the mentality look like going in tomorrow? A quick back-to-back.
Yeah, we just got to forget about this night and focus on tomorrow. New York, they're a young and hot team, so we're gonna have to be ready for them.
5 penalties tonight. How taxing is that? Part of the penalty kill. How taxing is that on that group?
Yeah, it's definitely taxing. I mean, you don't want to play shorthanded, and they made us pay a couple of times, so that definitely hurt.
What's been the key to the success of the PK, you think, Emmitt?
I think we've been more aggressive. We switched to a diamond this year, and I think it's been working a lot more.
Alex, is this just a good reminder of the relentlessness you have to play with every shift, every period in order to be successful?
Yeah, for sure. I think, a couple breaks here and there, and it goes in our net. So we got to be better for a full 60, and it's a good thing we have a game tomorrow. We can rebound and come out better.
How tough is it
to that game kind of affect the way everything else played out?
Honestly, I think we could have got some momentum off that, killing 2 penalties early, and obviously it's hard for some guys to find their legs, but I think you get the momentum from the kills, and we all should have been ready, and I think we weren't necessarily ready in the first period, and took us a bit to get our legs going. So it's on us. We got to be ready to play, and PK did their job, and we got to feed off of that.
For a kid playing his first game in goal, I mean, would you like it to put more pressure on him, basically?
Yeah, for sure. I think we're going to find a way to get more in goalie's eyes, get pucks through, and be able to clean up those rebounds and stuff. I think there were a lot of stuff laying there, and we ended up not cleaning it up. So, I think playing his first game, we got to get in his eyes a little bit more, make it hard on him, and
Todd, you said before the trip, in order to be successful, you had to play your game. How do you think you fared in that respect?
Well, I didn't think we got to our game real quick. Obviously, we're shorthanded 30 seconds into the shift and into the game. Get through that kill, and all of a sudden we're back in the box again. So by the time we got to the first time out, or 10 minutes into the game, there were players that played 5 minutes, others that hadn't even seen the ice. It's hard to get into any type of rhythm. So I thought we somewhat wasted the first period based on that outcome. I didn't think we were prepared for the pace that the game was played at. and a lot of times we've been dictating the pace. And then the second we started to make some plays coming out of our end, we're there, we worked our way back into the game, but 10 minutes of penalty kill isn't going to cut it either. So eventually teams are going to score in the power play. It doesn't matter how good your penalty kill has been. They're going to find a hole and they're going to be able to shoot in the net. That was the decider.
Did you feel like you put enough pressure on a kid playing his first NHL game?
I thought we put some pressure in spurts, but not enough consistently. Yet down the stretch, was it too late? I don't know. We had some real good one-timer looks on our scorer's sticks, so whether it was Razor or Cat, or even down and into, I think JVR was net front. Casper had a breakaway, Larkin had a breakaway. So you think about those players and the opportunities that they had. That's some pretty good pressure on a young goaltender, but he played a real good game. I thought their team played a good game.
How much of this do you ascribe to kind of the penalties and as many as you took, and how much of this was true at 5-on-5 also, just in general?
Oh, it's a combination. I think one leads to the other. Like we open the game up. We play for 30 seconds. Simon steps on the ice. I don't know if he's not prepared or what, but we're taking a penalty. He's 8 seconds into the shift, and there's two lines that have, they're still doing up their helmets. They haven't even been on the ice yet. We finally get through that, and it's got to be 20 seconds later, we're back to the box. So that whole sequence affects how some guys feel as far as fatigue goes already, and then how others feel like, guys are skating around during TV timeouts. They're stretching on the bench. They're anxious. They've been in the proverbial starting blocks for 6-7 minutes, and it throws the whole rhythm off. But we didn't recover well. We finally got it going in the second, and by then it's 2-2, and we take another 3 penalties. So certainly hurt us.
Is that kind of the response, toughness, mental part of it you've talked about at times, just to respond quicker?
Well, they have to. Again, I don't think our group was ready for the pace, and that's probably why we took the penalties. And shame on us, because we knew that they played that way. And then the mental toughness part of it, I thought our penalty kill did a good job. Like, they're dangerous. They're one of the top power plays in the league right now, and Gibby made some real good saves. But eventually they're going to tap you, and the mental toughness was not in that situation, but it was overcoming the rhythm early in the game.
Quick turnaround on the island tomorrow. What do you flush from this one, and what do you take and try to build and learn from?
Well, we'll look at it again. The important thing right now for our guys is to get some rest, as it always is. We'll get there and fuel up the tanks. We'll review the game, but we'll use and teach from it a little bit, and we'll get prepared for a good Islander team. They're hot right now as well.
Hey, Todd, you only had a couple power plays, but not having Kane the last couple games, then before that Raymond, is it just a little wonky that way? The chemistry is just a little...
A little bit, but I thought the first power play we looked really good doing nothing. We just moved pucks around and we looked good, and at some point you got to put some pressure on the goaltender, and isn't that the name of the game? You actually got to shoot the puck in the net. But we wanted to run these plays and roam around and do all this crap that led to nothing. There has to be some substance on your power play. When ours is going good, even the 6-on-5 at the end, there was some substance. There was an attack mentality, but I didn't think we had that in the first one anyhow.
Did you change the Casper off of that first unit for Berggren, or was he just changing earlier?
No, I changed him.
Yeah.
I didn't think Cass played anywhere near what he's capable of playing, and we'll talk about it tomorrow, but I thought Bergie had a good night.
Thanks, Todd.